what do you fear most? Now, don't answer right away. Get your agreement straight, because once you say what you fear most, then we can roll. If you don't, or if you be evasive, or if you give an answer that's not logical, based on your power, all right? Because, see, they don't have the power to control the genetics once the sexual intercourse happens. They don't have the power to control what that baby is going to look like. They admit to that themselves. So that's what we say that the fear is, see? But now, if they go anywhere outside of that, we just say, okay, all you're doing is just announcing that you want to continue these things as they are, and we don't intend for it to continue as it is, even though right now we don't know what to do about it, but we will consider you from now on as a person not to be talked to about anything that has to do with this issue. It's no longer any dialogue about this. Racial discussions with you are over. You no longer participate with us in anything that has to do with race. We are taking our agenda and completely discounting anything that you have to say on it. You no longer, as far the non-white people of this planet, unlike Bandung or someplace like that, their conference in 1955, and the Durban conference, which you recently had, you no longer participate. You're no longer legitimate to participate in what's going to happen on this planet as far as the colors are concerned. You don't have a voice anymore. Now, they're going to take that. Or, in other words, well, you are just saying that we are in a state of war. Yeah, damn right. That's what I think. You got that right. And that's the position that we have to take, and stop being timid about it.
I've got some white people that I'm meeting with, and I want to know how much work should I put into getting information and answers from them.
Well, you get information. You're sitting with some white people, right? And you say, what's your greatest fear?
What's your greatest fear? That's the question.
I'm interested. What is your...
And let them answer you.
What is your greatest fear in relationship to people of color?
Yeah.
And what's your greatest fear in relationship
and tell them
to
please don't make such a and tell them please don't make a long conversation.
And they'll say something like that they might...
Hey, now you're presupposing.
Wait a minute.
You're presupposing what they're going to say.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
If they say they might kill us, they're talking about a power that is other than arms. The non-white people don't have weapons. Do you see? So if they think that they could be eliminated, they got to be talking at another level. You could say, surely you're not talking about weapons. Surely you're not talking about money.
Yeah.
I guess what I'm asking is, should I be participating in this thing with these white people to get information, or is it a waste of time?
Well, no, you can talk to them, but I wouldn't talk to them and get a headache if you go there expecting that they're going to give you some information that you don't already have. You see,
That's what I'm trying to pull out.
No, you should go there with being interested in their responses.
No.
Interesting.
See, the thing about it, you're really not trying to pull nothing out. You're asking a flat-out question, just like a subpoena.
See, it's as though you're saying they are going to give you an answer that is superior to the answers that we already have on the table.
I'm wondering if they might know something about how the system of racism and white supremacy works.
That's another question.
No.
That's another
All you got to do is find what is their greatest fear where black people, non-white people, are concerned. I thought, and let them tell you in about 2 sentences. End of dialogue.
And if they say, well, let's go out to dinner.
Evidence of all that we've experienced and seen? Do we need that? Do we need to hear it from them?
We need it because, we need to hear it because it makes focus. We haven't had focus. How many talks do you go to? How many talks do I go to? Where I walk out of there and I say, where was the focus? See, how can we proceed from what we got? Just like Miss Norton did when she made her study. See, I haven't a clue from making this study as to how to proceed. This is a big, thick book. I mean, with a whole bunch of super brains spending all kinds of money to run all over the place, doing every type of detailed research you can make.
So in other words, we need
unlimited funds to do it. And then you wind up saying, I don't have a clue as to how to proceed. The whole idea, if you go to NASA Space Center and get ready to make a shot, You don't make all of those studies ad infinitum and then say, you know what? I don't have a clue as to how to get this rocket off the ground. And yet you done spent all them billions of dollars. See? I mean, no, you better have a clue.
Huh? No, wait a minute. See, I think if you're going to have any dialogue at all with white people, you might ask, how many people in this room are interested in eliminating racism, white supremacy, and replacing it with justice? Do you see? Then there's going to be silence.
No, we get a room full of white people.
No, wait a minute. They eliminate.
Oh, yeah. Well,
no,
see,
not racism. Not
that.
racism.
Well,
wait a minute. Not racism in the abstract. Racism as white supremacy on this planet.
Yeah, we got a room full of white people, and all their hands go up.
Okay, all of them
That's
say
right.
that they want to.
Right.
End it.
That's a long way around, I'm telling you that. That's what I believe. I believe it.
No, he
said they're angry.
Wait a minute. They said that. Fine. They said they want to end it. Question number 2. What is your greatest fear? You want to end it? You must have, in other words, racism exists. The oppression of the non-white global majority exists on planet Earth. So, what is your fear?
And these white people I'm meeting with may say something like, I'm afraid that I'm going to get attacked by a black person because they think that I'm the white person who's practicing racism, white supremacy, and I'm not.
I never had slaves.
Okay. But see, that's what I'm saying by...
we want you to speak for your collective.
That's what I mean by fear
classify
most.
yourself as white. Speak
Fear
for
most.
your collective, because it's always some individual white person. It's not me. Well, speak for your collective. When they say they're afraid of a black person attacking them, they're speaking about the whole group of black people.
See,
they're generalizing about the whole group of black people. Are they not?
And they say that that's the reason why they want to end the racism.
Well, what he's saying is correct, see, but that's why I'm saying in this room, before we leave here, we have to tighten it up so tight, drum tight, that, see, we don't keep going around in the circle. The white supremacy system is designed to keep any black people who are even thinking about the subject, once they start talking about it, is to wash you around the park forever until you just fall down exhausted, and then they say, okay, next nigga, for a walk around the park. We have to hit the jugular vein and to get all that blood splurting out at once. And you have to do it with a karate chop.
True.
We have to find out right here in this room, where is the karate chop? One chop. See, not no whole lot of stuff. See, once they get you into that stuff thing, they are masters of stuff. Okay? They know how to beat you every time if you're going to have a long conversation. Mm-hmm. See? I learned that from that sergeant that I had. See, right, he already had his thing in place. He said, full of my time is too short for a long conversation. Come to the point.
Right. So
they come to the point and come to it right now.
It's the greatest
I don't want no more stuff. Right.
Of having the white person say what they fear is the greatest utility of that it makes it credible. And that black people...
It makes it credible because you got a back door saying, wait a minute, if your answer is incoherent to me, if it doesn't make sense, I'm going to ask somebody else because there's no point in talking to you anymore. See, that's got to be clear. In the United Nations, any place else, we have to start approaching en masse with that type of thing. We're not going to have no long dialogue. This is not going to call for no long, umpteenth conferences, and then next year we're going to have another one. See, that foolishness has got to stop. I mean, in its tracks. We got to just almost outlaw that.
How much work do I do to pull that, to get that answer from them?
Simply say, you start, everything has a starting point. You just say, this is the whole package. This is not something like we're beginning to have a dialogue. This is the whole thing. We're talking about your fear. Now, if we can't get it clear about your fear, it's no point in talking any further. We got to make that our bottom line. See, that should be the bottom line in NAACP. If we can't get you to cite concisely in one sentence, preferably, we'll allow you maybe two. You're the thing that you fear most where non-white people are concerned, and we don't want no long dialogue about that one thing. because a long dialogue after then, without you coming to the forefront with that, means we're just talking in a barrel. And that's true. See, what I'm saying is not abstract. That's where you're going to go with this. The minute you get into that long thing, I mean, hey, you're just going to get weary, that's all. And you're going to walk up exhausted. Now, if we haven't learned that by now, I don't see any point in,